So I'll start. Okay.
Yeah,
So do
please.
you
Yeah.
mind introducing yourself briefly because I haven't gotten a
Yeah.
paragraph that I can read out. Yes.
Okay. So myself, Advocate Ganesh Dhonde. I was in police for 10 years. Then I have resigned from police and now I am practicing in all arenas of law. I have my and I have another law firm handling society matters with name CHS Solutions, wherein we are handling exclusively cooperative department. Then I am teaching or delivering lectures as a specialty person in labor laws. So it is connected with some of human rights and human associations, wherein labors are considered as a very important human aspect. So I'm conducting lectures on human rights, human laws, and labor laws in Wellinkers. So there are human resource programs. Then I'm conducting lectures in Company Secretary Institute of India, Western India, CCGRT at Belapur and Thane branch. I'm conducting lectures at ITM Kharghar, wherein I'm taking trainings of banking students. So we are training banking students in a prospect of law. And otherwise, मैंने अभी तक had taken lectures in Siddharth College, Kirti College, Udar College. ऐसे colleges में I have taken lectures. So I'm a practicing lawyer plus a part-time lecturer also. Okay, so that was my introduction.
That's great.
Hope
Okay.
it
So
is fine.
yeah, that's good. The first question is, what exactly does forced criminality mean?
Okay. Technically, I was very amazed with the concept of basically in criminal law, there is no such concept of forced criminality. There cannot be a defense that because of a force you committed a crime. Because see, you have to explain the force first. What, how you define force? Basically, a force can be emotional force. As my father is hospitalized, I need 10 lakh rupees, which I don't have. And now I am emotionally forced to bring 10 lakh rupees from somewhere who is having excess of money in his pocket, who don't need money, whereas my mental psychology says that he has ample of money, he can take 10 lakhs rupees. So my self-generated force, emotional trauma, that can be one force. Secondly, there are various kinds of forces, like we are having domestic violence in India. Like you being a girl, you wouldn't like every day 365 days 24/7 to work under a man in your family. पानी का glass दो, चाय दो,
Mm.
पोछा मारो. But due to culture, you are being forced worked, and this term is nowadays discussed as domestic violence. So that cultural force makes you work something, makes you do something. Exactly opposite of this, I am being a man, I have to dominate in my family.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I am being forced to dominate my wife.
Mm.
Okay. And now to the serious extent, begging. We can see kids begging at traffic signals. So there are two aspects in that. Some are really poor and they are begging for survival, and some are made to beg so that they could sponsor some bad elements in society. कुछ दादा भाई लोग उनका, we can see some cinemas on it wherein उनका आंख निकाल लिया, हाथ पैर तोड़ दिया उनको जानबूझ के. So there is a kidnapping plus then forced begging, and उसके ऊपर का aspect is prostitution, wherein
Mm.
adolescents, girls, nowadays boys also, child pornography होता है. So
Mm.
they are being forced into that area of work where they don't want to work there, but they don't have any escape from it. Either their parents are working in the same field, or they are being kidnapped from their local areas, or their parents have sent them with some bad people so that they could employ them to such work. So these are the aspects of force criminality. But as a legal term, there is no such term in law.
Okay.
Okay, this is an ideology. This is not a legal term. This is ideology. Okay. Yes.
So, in the movie Simba, we saw that there were, drug dealers who were using kids as a pawn to deliver drugs. So, can that be
Yes.
considered into forced criminality?
Yes. 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 Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, so
Same. You can
such,
connect it with begging. Hmm.
yes. So, such cases are then brought into the court. So, how often do cases, come up in the court regarding forced criminality?
There are different what we can say departments in police who
Mm.
actually work on it. They work on
Mm.
anti-begging. They work on anti-narcotic. And when they go and register such cases,
Mm.
then in investigation, such facts are being brought out. And if it is linked with that, then yes, these cases are supposed to be brought before the court. And definitely, a child is not considered as a criminal in this case. Child is never considered as a criminal if he is below 14, right?
Okay.
And that child would be sent to a rehab center, and that child will be produced before juvenile court. And juvenile court won't punish that child with a jail term. It will send it to the rehab center. In Mumbai we have rehab centers at Dongri, we have rehab centers at Chembur also. Okay, so with child such things are happening. With girl childs also same things are happening. If they are being forced into prostitution and they are being saved from prostitution, then
Mm.
also they are sent to the rehab center. Okay, so
Okay.
oftenly we find such cases. We can't have an exact figure of it, how often
Mm.
it is, but it is oftenly happening because Mumbai is densely populated.
Yeah.
Even India is densely populated. So every day in, day out, various crimes are being recorded, registered, and during the course of investigation, we come across different facts in which this can be one of the aspect.
Okay. So, like begging and theft, all of it can be forced onto a child, right?
Yes, yes,
So,
yes, yes.
so sometimes the forced crime can be as simple as theft, or sometimes it can go up to murder. So, does the degree of punishment vary or
Murder.
not?
No, 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 no. Degree of punishment will definitely vary because involvement of every person in every type of a crime will differentiate the seriousness. Like theft, I can't say theft, but pocketing.
Yeah.
Railway में bus stop. Even in Mumbai, when we have Ganpati pandals in Mumbai, there
Hmm.
was a survey published in a newspaper wherein they said that around 1 lakh thefts
Hmm.
have traveled to Mumbai from different areas of India, Bihar say, Delhi say, MP say, UP say. They people traveled only for theft, only for pickpocketing, and then their kids, their women's are being employed and deployed for the same work. Even that chain snatching में बच्चे आते हैं जो बाइक पे रैश ड्राइविंग करके चेन स्नैचिंग करके भाग जाते हैं. So they are also used. And now in such kinds of crime, use of a child or use of a person who cannot give his express consent, even if he consents for it, the consent is not considered as a consent if it's below 14. Child cannot give consent. Child is not aware what is good, what is bad for it. So if simple inducement, बहलाना फुसलाना, advantages बताना, ये करोगे तो वो मिलेगा, would be sufficient to prove a force.
Yes.
It is not necessary that it should be absolute physical force. Inducement is also okay in that case. So it happens, and punishment will depend on the degree of crime you are involved in.
And what
Yes,
age group is targeted the most? Only children or even adults are like pulled into this stuff?
depends. See, depends on what you're asking. If it is begging, childs are being preferred. If it is
Hmm.
prostitution, the young girls and young kids, even aged girls are being preferred. If it is immoral trafficking of humans,
Hmm.
जैसे यहाँ से इंडिया से, you must have seen Mardani movie part 1,
Yes.
wherein the girls were being abducted from India and they were sent
Yes.
to Saudi. So that is really happening. And then there was a movie Rocky Handsome, in that body parts were taken away from kids.
Yeah.
So yes, such things are actually happening. So depends what area of force criminality you are discussing. It will differ case to case and requirement to requirement. So
Okay.
technically, kids are weaker section, women's are weaker section. So
Yeah.
it is easy to force them. But again, by giving inducement of a liquor, alcohol, or drugs, young men also can be induced to forced labor, wherein they are actually not giving consent, but under some force kind of thing, they may give consent to the crime.
Okay. So, what laws are made to prevent such crimes from happening?
There are basically one principal law is Indian Penal Code, which punishes for every crime, irrespective of whether it is forced labor or volunteer crime or made with a absolute good mind. Okay. So there are various crimes. We have one is prevention of child labor. That act is under human rights. We have human rights itself. We have constitution itself, which protects, asks every person with good education and everything. Secondly, we have specially made acts are POXO, wherein POXO prevention of sexual harassment of child is being a aim. Recently, there is a judgment where adolescent person having a romantic relation with a minor girl, so that is
Hmm.
not an offense under POXO. कॉलेज जाने वाली लड़की अगर एक रोमांटिक रिलेशन में है तो देर इज नो सेक्सुअल असल्ट एक्चुअल 2 दिन पहले का जजमेंट सो देर आर सच पोक्सो है then there is a PETA, prevention of immoral trafficking of humans, that is there. Then I have discussed prevention of labor law, prevention of child labor is there. Then
Hmm.
there is another act which speaks about prevention of contractual labor. Bonded labor should be nowadays abolished, because when you bond a labor under a labor contract and he cannot leave a job as per his wish because he had signed a bond of couple of lakh rupees, so that
Hmm.
is also forced work.
Yeah.
So that act is also abolished worldwide. So such principal acts are there. Plus we have domestic violence act which will stop forced on why our women's in the house. Then there
Hmm.
is a prevention of sexual harassments of women at workplace. That act is there because at workplace to secure a job, many times women are like what I can say, they are not making complaints about the sexual harassments.
Yeah.
So they are being forced to accept that circumstances or that atmosphere wherein day and day out their bosses are telling them. So to prevent that force, there is a such act also. So there are various acts. If you do R&D, you will find hundreds of acts in India which will work on such prevention of the work. So endless law will give huge protection against it. Okay,
Okay.
next.
And the last question is, what are your views on the topic?
Uh, Technically, I would say there is no such term of a forced labor,
Hmm.
forced criminality. It is always about your will and willingness to commit a crime or not. For crime, what we need, intention of a person should be of a guilty mind. Mens rea. Mens rea is required for judging cause intentional or not intentional. What we are discussing is without intention doing a crime. But what our law says, without intention there cannot be a crime. So
Hmm.
उसको भी 3 डायलॉग्स में डिस्कस किया गया है, इंटेंशन, recklessness and negligence. So
Okay.
are you reckless, are you negligent, or are you intentionally committing a crime? So
Hmm.
defenses, in defenses, if you want to defend yourself in a such case, what we see, whether there is a sufficient evidence, whether there is a lack of evidence, whether you are pleading absolute free, or you are saying that you are just a puppet and you have not done a crime, or last is you are not there in the city while crime happened. Such defenses are raised. Forced laborship or forced criminality, or you committed a crime due to some force cannot be a good defense. Always a one way out, like we have in a contract, that if you don't give a express consent to something and your consent is obtained by force, what choice do you have? You always have a choice to report to an appropriate authority within a time. Suppose today I ask you to commit a crime against some force, and you, due to such force, committed a crime. What should be the duty of a good citizen of India? After going away from that force, or after release from that force, you should go and
Report
make
it.
complaint of that. You should make a appropriate complaint with the police authorities about that force. If you fail to lodge your complaint about application of that force, you are being giving a valid consent to that force, or you are just showing that you did it with your own will. So it is advised that whenever such force is being applied on you, immediately whenever you will get a scope to lodge a appropriate complaint, you should go and lodge complaint. Otherwise, you cannot take such that defense. Secondly, being Indians, being under the purview of laws under India, we have very good constitution, we have very good enactment of all laws, but the implementation part takes a time because of population only. We have good policing, but population is very heavy. We have good judiciary, but again population is heavy, number of cases coming up are very heavy. Therefore that implementation is taking such a pain or such a time. And then it is a duty of every citizen like us who are legally literate to help police or government to abolish such practices. So whenever you get any information regarding forced criminality, if that person under force is not in position to lodge a police complaint, we being good citizens should help that person with lodging a complaint and reporting the police and bringing police to that spot. So that is
Okay.
my view.
Okay, so that was the last question. Thank you so much for taking out time for this interview.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's it. That's the end of the
Thank
interview.
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.